this is Els Kimberly from Bemis Crafty Corner, and today I have this little pocket project thing that we have here. So this is the prototype, so you know, nothing's fancy, but when you open this up, you have all of these little pockets here that you can put things into. This would be great to put, you know, inside like a card or something to send somebody for a happy mail, or just to put it in your journal to be able to just put in a bunch of writing paper and then close it. And then it has this nice string that goes around and, you know, holds it all together. Very easy, very simple. We're going to be doing this one, a lot of supplies for it, but very basic stuff, okay? So I am going to get out what we need, and I will be back with a list of supplies. You're back. All right, let's take a look at supplies on this one. Eyelets, hole punch, setter, double-sided tape, pencil, bone folder, some baker's twine, friendship cord, a pair of scissors, glue. No, you don't need glue for this one. You are probably going to want a scoreboard and your scoring tools. If you don't have one, just a ruler and, you know, something that you can score with. And then there's 3 different kinds of paper. Vellum. If you don't have vellum, that's okay. Tracing paper. Tracing paper will work. If you don't have tracing paper, parchment paper will work for this as well. So I'm just gonna get a piece of that. Okay? So any one of those 3 kinds of paper will work. You could use regular paper if you want to. Deli paper. Deli paper would work as well if you have some deli paper. You could certainly use deli paper, and I think that's about it for supplies. And your trimmer. So I'm going to get out my trimmer and get all this stuff out of my way, and then I'm going to come back. We're going to cut some pieces, and you need something for the cover, whatever that's going to be. Okay? You could probably use a scrap. It has to be, you know, like 8 inches or so by 3 1/4, 3 1/2, somewhere around that neighborhood, and nothing smaller than that. Okay, so I will be back in just a minute and we will get started. Okay, so we're going to cut our vellum, and we are going to cut this 6 by 7 3/4. So I'm going to cut 7 3/4 down the long end, and then 6. And then we're going to cut our top sheets, the part that, you know, this part that goes around the outside. We're going to be cutting that at 3 3/4 by like 7 1/2, 7 3/4, whatever length you want. You can adjust that, okay? I have cut 3 of those because I have already cut the tracing paper and the parchment paper. So now we have enough to make 3 of these, okay? So I'm going to get all this out of the way, and we're going to get out the scoring tools, and we're going to do some simple scoring on all these parts, okay? I'll be right back. Fantastic. This is the parchment paper. So we're going to be scoring this on the long side at 2 inches. And then over here at 5 1/2. Okay. Then we're going to turn it to the short end, and we're going to score it at, let me get this all straight here, the 3 inch. Okay. So that's it. Okay, let's do that one more time. On the long edge at 2, this is the tracing paper, 5 1/2, turn it at 3. So here's our vellum. Remember, these are all kind of thin paper, so don't gouge it. It's better to hit it 2 or 3 times lightly than it is to try and break the tool in it, you know. 2, 5.5. Turn it so that the short edge is up, and give yourself a score at 3. Okay? All right. So now, scoring our paper. We're going to score this at 2. And then at 5. And 5 1/8. So that's the 5 and then the next mark. Okay? Again, we're going to do this at 2. 5. 5 1/8. Okay? So that's all of our scoring. I'm going to get everything out of the way. When I come back, we're going to put our pockets together and get this whole thing assembled. I'll be right back. All right, so I'm going to be using red tape today so you guys can see what I'm doing, okay? So I'm going to start with the vellum. Hills into valleys, valleys into hills. So I'm going to fold these side pieces in. I'm going to make sure I get them nice and straight. And then I'm just going to burnish them using my bone folder. Okay, so we're going to fold in the 2 sides. If you're using vellum, it can be kind of hard to fold. So if you have to, use your ruler, okay? Now, if you don't have any of these papers and you still want to do this, if you have some of those little tiny lunch sacks, they work great for this. Okay, so now you have 2 of them. And what we're going to do is we're going to open them up, and we're going to be putting some tape here. Now you can use glue if you want, but I find that this tape tends to work a little bit better. Okay, and we're going to do that on both of them. Except I can never find the end of the roll again. There it is. Okay. All right, and then we're going to go ahead and peel that backing off, and we're just going to seal these. Okay. We're going to do that to both of them. Okay, now once we have that, we're going to take about a 1.5 inch piece, put it in the center, here, and over here, and on the back. All right. So that's where we're at. Then, after we have those on there, we're going to go ahead and take the red off of the center. And we're going to put these together. Same thing with this one. Okay. Then you're going to take this one, take the tape off. You're going to make sure that you have these matched up perfectly. And you're going to press them together. Okay? So you have a piece that looks like this. All right? I'm going to do the other ones real quick, and when I come back, we're going to move on to the next part. I'll be right back. So there they are. They're all done. And now we have moved on to these. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to just fold in our pieces. They all go in the folds all go in the same direction. And again, if you have problems getting these little ones, put your ruler there. Bring it up and move your ruler over and bring it up again. That will help you to get those kind of started, and it'll make it easier to get them to stay in. Okay? Just like that. All right, so we're going to do all of these. That one. And this one. And then this one. This one. I just want to make sure we get it nice and even. Then, this is optional, we're going to round all of our corners, or just the top two. That works. And the top two are the smaller flap. Okay. So now, we just have to kind of decide which one's going to go in which one. Alright. I'm going to put this one in here. And I'm going to do a little bit of a trim. Because when I put this together, it got a little wonky. Okay. Perfect. So now I'm going to take a piece of my red tape. I'm going to put one right here. And on the other side.
Pick one of these 5 things to go to. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, go to this one.
I'm going to peel that off, and I'm going to place this right against that first fold there. Then I'm going to go ahead and peel this piece off.
Get good Wi-Fi, it's good.
If I can get it off. Right up there. And then I'm going to be putting a finger notch in this front one.
Don't ask. I really will ask that question myself.
Now, I'm going to ink all the way around.
The last thing, so.
And when I come back, we are going to get these all put together. We'll put the closures on, okay? I'll be right back. Alrighty. Now, since we have our holes punched, we need to, you know, put our string on these. So what I got here is a piece of my, you know, heavy card. And I'm going to go ahead and glue two pieces together. Because I want this to be nice and strong. And then I'm going to poke some holes. I'm going to get out my hole punch. And I'm going to poke some holes. There's a hole. There's a hole. There's a hole. There's a hole. And then I have this little 1/2-inch circle. And I'm going to bring that in. I'm going to put it around the holes that I poked. And I'm going to punch them out. Okay. Let me trim a little bit of this. And I'm doing that so that they are twice as thick and they're sturdy. Okay. I only need 3, but you know, we made 4 just in case. I'm not even going to need 3 actually, to be honest, because I'm going to use this. So this is some piece out of, you know, the tinny stuff. And what I did here is I just found 2 of the circular ones and glued them together. Okay? And then I can poke a hole in them. See? Okay. So, I love nothing more than putting holes in his things. Okay, what can I say? All right, so now I'm going to use some eyelets, but I'm going to use some of the deeper eyelets. Okay. Because I got to get through a lot of paper. Yep, that's going to work. All right, I'm going to get out my string. I know I had some. Ah. And I'm going to start at the bottom here. I'm going to put my string through. And then I'm going to put my eyelet in. Okay. And then I'm going to set that eyelet. Whew. Trim off that excess. And then I'm going to get a second eyelet. Which I'm going to put through here. Through the hole at the top. I'm going to use a backer on this one. make sure that I've got that thread out of the way. And then I'm going to put this eyelet on. Ah, there we go. And then I can wrap my cord around it. Okay? So that's that one. Now we're going to do the next one. Again, I'm going to put an eyelet through here. But I'm going to put my cord through first. If I can find the end of my cord. There it is. Okay. Nope, that's not the end. Where's the end? That's the end. Cord, eyelet, set it. Okay. Then we're going to take one of these, eyelet, put it through the hole, and set it. And the last one. Again, same thing. Only this time, I'm going to use a tap at the bottom and an eyelet at the top. Maybe I'll just use a tap. Hard to say. But I am going to be using a tap, so I'm going to get out a couple of different tools, and I'll be right back and show you how to do that. I'll be right back. All right. So we're going to be using a tap, so I'm going to go ahead and put my string on like I normally would. I'm going to put the string in and set it with the eyelet, okay? Because the bottom's going to still have an eyelet. And the reason I'm doing that is because this is so thick at the bottom that I really want to make sure that I've got that string secured, okay? Chop off any excess, and then we're going to set the tap at the top. So in order to do a tap, you need a few things. You need a setting mat, you need a hammer, and you need a tap, which consists of a male and a female part. Use the smaller hole on your hole punch. You're going to put that through, put it through here, put the piece on the back. It clicks with just your finger, okay? Hammer it down, and it holds it nice and secure. Okay? That's it. That's my project. That's what I had for you today. If you're new here and you haven't done so already, hit the button for me and subscribe. Like me, ring the bell, do all that kind of stuff. Check out my Facebook group. There's a link in the description box below. Also, look at the community tab here on the YouTube channel. That's going to tell you everything that I've got coming up as far as videos, free classes, things like that. And until I see you again, stay well, my friends. Bye-bye.